Welcome to this tutorial. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to create this design, an exchange flyer, in Pixellab using my smartphone. So I created this design not too long ago for a client, so I decided to show you how I made them, a step-by-step method on how I achieved this design in Pixellab. So do well to stick around to the end of the video, as I will also be showing a bonus on how to enhance this particular design and make it pop just as you are seeing on your screen. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. So the first thing we are going to do now is to open up our Pixellab. Pixellab is the tool we are going to be using for this tutorial, and go ahead and delete this guy here. The first thing now we're going to do is to create the background. The background I did was a blended background. So for me to achieve that blended background, I use my shape tool. Then I go to my gradients. When I go to my gradient, I tap on the plus icon. When I tap there, I tap this particular, I hope you are seeing my touch screen, my touch points, my touch ball. So I tap there, go to my color fill, then I will draw it to the lowest transparency. I hope you can see that. Draw it to the lowest transparency, then I tap OK. When I come to this place, I will tap on my color fill, I will drag it to white. Hope you can see that, and we have created this particular effect. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to check it. Alright, so I'm going to add a texture on this image in this particular shape, and what it's going to do, it will help to blend that particular background to that particular image, to the background, whatever background you have. So make sure you pay attention closely as I do this. Then I will tap on the texture, tap here. I will go ahead and bring in the image. I've already made the image available. This is the image, and I'll use the square shape, cut it out just the way I want it to be. Somewhere here isn't bad. This is okay by me. I hope you can see that effect, the way this particular image is blended to the background. Like, this is amazing. This is a particular method I have been using, and it really works all the time. You can always try it out. So I'll go to my background and change the color of my background to white, as that will be what we are going to be working with. I'm going to change it to white. This is it. Alright, I can still increase the size of this image right here. So this is okay. So for this particular tutorial, for this particular flyer, I made use of two backgrounds. I blended two backgrounds. So I'll go ahead and import the second background which I use. That is this particular one here. There is this particular effect it gives to my design. I always love to use it in cases like this. So what I'm going to do now is tap here, go to erase color. I will erase this particular color, erase it. Then I'm going to take it to the back, and then reduce the opacity. Reduce the opacity very well. I hope you can see it right there. I will centralize it. I hope you can see it right there. It might not be so visible, but it's doing a particular job right there. It's doing a particular job right there. So now the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and lock both of them. Then I will bring in the model, the model which I used for this design. So here is the model. I'll go ahead and bring it in, go to my eraser, and I don't even need to erase it, but normally, let's say for instance this particular thing here is affecting your work. You just have to use the eraser and erase it off. Though I don't think it's going to affect, as I will be dragging it down. Alright, so I'll go ahead and increase the size of this particular guy. I think I still need to increase it more. Now this is okay. So after stretching it this way, I'll go ahead and copy it. Why am I copying it? The reason why I'm copying it is after stretching a particular image, it becomes pixelated. Is it pixelated? I don't know if that's the right word, but it stretches and loses its quality. So you have to copy it and delete the older one and use the newer one. You can see this one is much better than the first one. I can still centralize it, and I'll go ahead unlock this. There might still be need for for adjustments, but let's work with this for now. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring in the particular shape which I use here. Okay, it's a circle shape which I confirmed. Okay, something like this. Increase the more. I think something like this was what I used. Okay, I'll bring it to the middle. So I will take it to the middle right here, and take it right behind that guy. So next thing I'm going to do now is to bring in the color palette of this particular brand. Okay, the graphic designer of this brand, so they gave me a palette which I usually use for their design. So I'll go ahead and import this particular color palette. I think this color palette should be in my Pixellab folder. This is the color palette right here, so I'll go ahead, tap on it, then bring it into my Pixellab app. Okay, check it in, and I will hide it. Okay, so why I brought it is for me to be able to use it on this particular shape here. So I'll go to my color, go to gradients, and I'll tap on this plus icon right here. So when I tap on that color, icon, I tap here. Okay, tap on my color field, use the color picker to pick a particular color which I will be using. This particular color right here is what I want to use. And the next one, I will tap here, tap on color field, use my color picker to pick this upper part of it. Is a gradient. Okay, so this is what I'll be using for now. If there is any adjustment, I will do that later on. Then I'm going to go to my stroke. So you saw where I tapped the stroke. I tapped on my stroke, enable it, and then use the color picker to pick the second complementing color which the brand uses. That's orange. Okay, I increase this a little. I think this is okay by me. Then I'll go ahead and lock this so I don't move it up and down. So the next thing I'm going to write is to write the heading of this particular design. With the heading is trade with peace. Trade with peace of mind. So this is it. Okay, trade with peace of mind, bring it here, and I'm going to centralize it. Okay, align it to the center, increase the size. And next thing I'm going to do is to go to font. I'll go to fonts, go to my fonts. I think the font I used to create this design was Jumper. Yes, Jumper. I don't know the particular one right now. I think this should be it. Yes, so Jumper, and I'm going to reduce the line spacing. I'm going to reduce the line spacing like this. Is okay by me, and I'm going to centralize it, bring it to the middle, go to color, change the color to this particular color right here, and I'm going to move it up as it's the main heading. Increase it this way. Like this is okay, like this is okay, like this is okay. I can give it some shadow, just a little shadow. Shadow will be there, might not be that visible, but the function is still effective. Okay, something like this is okay. Something like this is okay. Then the next thing I'm going to write is at Chetty Exchange, trade with peace of mind at Chetty Exchange. So I tap on my text, tap on edit, and I'm going to write at Chetty Exchange. So right here it is. I break it down here, reduce the size of this particular text, and next thing I'm going to do is to go to my background. I will go to background, enable it, and I'll use this color here, orange. Increase the padding, left padding. I'll make sure both padding are equal. All right, that both padding are equal. I'll also go to my radius and increase the radius just this way. All right, so like this is okay. Next thing I'm going to do is also to change the font. I will change the font to another typeface of Jumper. Okay, Jumper, probably a thinner one, something like this should be okay. Yes, it's okay. Next, now we'll change this color, okay, to white. Yes, even though it's not contrasting very well, I will go ahead now, bolden it, and then go to shadow and add some shadow to and be able to give it some contrast. Okay, to be able to give it some contrast. So it's now much visible and readable. It's now much visible and readable. This, I need to increase the bottom padding. Okay, the bottom padding. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. So I bring this to the middle, then take it up a little bit. Take it up a little bit this way. If you check very well in the other flyer, in the first flyer which I posted, there is this kind of shadow that I made below, just right below this particular design. Okay, some of these are just minute details, but they still have a great effect on the design. Okay, they still have a great effect on the design. I'll go ahead and change the color of this so, and I will bring it to the middle. Bring it to the middle. I'll increase it a little more. Bring it again to the middle. Okay, like this is okay, and I will take it right behind this particular, reduce the opacity, and I'm going to bring it down. Okay, yeah, this is not bad. This is okay, and I'm going to centralize it more, reduce the opacity more. Okay, you can see that shadow is casting right there. The next thing I'm going to do now is to write other details that is on it. Okay, I'll write other details on it. I'll have to shift this up more. And this is okay. Then adjust this one so you'll be able to accommodate other things that I want to add right below it. Okay, so you're able to accommodate them. So next thing is to bring in a shape. Okay, I'll bring in a shape. Bring in the shape right here. Increase the radius, and this is okay. This shape, I will add stroke to it. Add stroke, add this color. This stroke we just have the width of 1. I think this stroke is too big. Go to this place. I still have to make a little adjustment on it so it can meet the way I want it to be. Okay, like this is okay. Let's try out this. Now go ahead and take it up a little more, then copy it, bring it to the center. That means I will still have to reduce the size so that other ones will be able to contain. I still have to reduce the size a little. Bring this one to the center. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. Then adjust it very well. And still copy this again. Bring it right here. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now, adjust this very well. Copy this one too. I have another thing I wrote down here, and it was much longer. Okay, it was much longer, so I just have to adjust it this way. This image is too high. I will have to take it down as it's blocking the part of the place I want to put in my text. Okay, adjust this a little. I use my grid line to make sure my lines are very clean. I will still use my grid line to make sure these things are positioned the way they are supposed to be. Okay, tap on this magnet icon here, use it to position these things. to the middle so they become horizontally aligned. Okay, so this one is okay like this, and I'll still go ahead and duplicate this one, bring it right here. Okay, I'll bring another line which I will use to keep both of them in the same line. Okay, I'll keep both of them in the same line right here. Like this is okay, and I'll go ahead align this one very well to the line. Next thing I'm going to do is to bring in another shape, which I'm just going to use as line. It's just a shape I'm going to use as line. Then I'm going to bring it down. Okay, bring it down. I want it to be right here in the middle. I'm going to change the color to orange, this particular color, so it blends with the color of the borders. Okay, then I'm going to take it just right behind these ones here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is to put in the details, but before then I'll have to bring these objects down. Okay, I have to bring these objects down. Okay, bring it down so that they have some breathing space and also away from the text above. Yeah, like this is okay. This is how it works. Then this particular image of this guy here should go up, and it should be in front. Yes, it should be in front, as its head is supposed to be on this particular image right there. Okay, then I'll go ahead and lock this guy here. Okay, so another thing I'm going to do is to add some shadows to this. Add some inner shadow to it, reduce the blur, reduce just inner shadow. Then reduce the opacity of this shadow color. Okay, there is this effect this shadow gives it, there is this effect it gives it, and it's always standard. I'm going to add all of them and then continue. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and add other details that are supposed to be on the design. Okay, one of them is sweet rate. Okay, sweet rate, which is going to be very small. I can contain here, go to my font and change the font to jumper, of course. Jumper, I think this font is okay. Then position it very well in one of these circles here. I'm going to copy this again, put it here, active 247. I've added the details and our flyer is almost ready. So next thing I'm going to do right here is to bring in this particular shape. Okay, I'm going to use my grid line to make sure this is aligned very well. Okay, there is some details I'm going to put in right here. Okay, I'll reduce the opacity just a little. And before then, there is another coins I want to put just behind this guy here. Let me go and get them. So I found the coin, and the coin is right here. So I'll go ahead, crop out this to make it little. Okay, then increase it. It's going to be right behind this guy. It also shows it's an exchange brand and gives it that kind of feel. It will also be behind this circle. Where is the circle? Behind this circle right here. Okay, so it'll be somewhere here, and it will still be giving its own function. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to put in our last details. So put it right here, and I will copy this, and then there is something I want to write here. Copy this, and I'll put the contact here. We are almost done, and the only thing I need to do is just to do some little balancing. Okay, I just need to do some little balancing right here. So I'm just going to bring in a shape. I don't want this place to be empty just like that. I'll bring in a shape. Okay, to make a line, use my grid line. Tap on the magnet icon, tap here, then draw it down. Take it up that way. And I will bring this particular object down here, okay? This will fill in the gaps here, and it won't be that vacant, and the design will be balanced. Hope you get this is it. I'll still have to bring it in a little more. Bring it in. Voila, our design is ready. Our design is ready. This is the design, okay, and this is how I made the design. Okay, so now I can go ahead and save my design as image. Okay, if it is for printing, you can do some custom, but since it's just normal social media usage, I save as ultra and save to gallery. If I want to save as projects, after saving as my image, I can go back and save the name as in my project. Okay, in my project is still rendering and rendering and rendering. This is our design, and like I promised in the beginning of the video, I'm going to put you through on how you can also edit this particular design in a particular app I'm going to use to enhance and make it pop better. Okay, after using your Pixellab to design, it's always advisable you can make use of editing tools like Snapseed, Lightroom, and all that can be used to brighten it up, give it some photo, and make it pop very much well. Okay, to edit this particular design which I've already made I'll be using the Snapseed app, this particular app right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the app. So I've opened the app, tap on this plus icon, and I'm going to bring in this particular flyer which I will be editing. So now these are different tools that are in this Snapseed. There's a lot of them. I think I have a tutorial already in one of my different videos below in my playlist where I talked about the whole of this Snapseed and different tools in it. So I will just go ahead, make use of this tool, and then enhance this particular design. Okay, one of the tool I use is this tune image. I tap on it, I can go ahead and increase the brightness. One key thing in making use of these editing tools is that you should not overuse them, because imagine doing it like this, you are already distorting the design. Okay, while using them, you use them at minimal rates. Those minimal rates has bigger effects. Hope you get. So I will just adjust it for is okay. Then it's not a must use all the tools, so it's not a must at all. It's not a must. Okay, this saturation, I really do not want to use saturation at all. Okay, I'll go to ambience and increase the ambience a little more. Increase the ambience. Go to highlight. I just want to increase just small. Then shadow, I will reduce the shadow. And then increase the warmth a little bit. Now this is okay for this tone image. The next thing I'm going to do now is to go to details. As I tap on my details, I increase the structure. Yes, the structure is okay this way. Details to increase it a little bit, and I check that. Next thing is tonal contrast. Okay, there's an effect this tonal contrast gives that I always like, so I'm going to add it to this particular editing. Okay, just adjustment to your taste. There is no particular method to do it. There is no particular length that is perfect, just until you get your taste. Okay, so that is that for that. And also there's other tools. Let's say for instance, you can use the portrait. But in this particular case, the man's eyes is closed. Now you can see that the portrait, this is saying face spotlight. Okay, it's focusing on the face. Okay, you can still use it to brighten up the face. The skin too, it can use it to smoothen the face of the man. If the eye is open, you will see that this eye clarity will make the eye to stand out and it become more white and black, you get. Okay, so that is it for this particular portrait. And which other tool will I use? Is almost in my taste. Okay, this is the before, this is how it looks like before, and now it's popping much better. It looks more alluring and more beautiful. I still want to make little more changes using the selective tool. Okay, the selective tools, you can use it to place here this particular blue color. I want to brighten it up. It's a bit dark and dull, so I want to brighten it up, increase the brightness. Okay, I want to increase the brightness to this way. Like this is okay, like this is okay. Okay, like this is okay. So you can see that this particular design have gone from being this damn dull and plain to having some details in it and very, very sharp and popping. Okay, so this is how you can enhance your image in this particular Snapseed, and you can go ahead and export and save it. Now it is already preparing and it is rendering your image. After this time, it will go to your gallery. You will find your image there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, do well to like, comment, and also hit the subscribe button so you always get more of my tutorials, because I'll be dropping bombarding videos as time goes on. If you have any question or anything you want to ask, you can always drop them in the comment section. Okay, all right, thanks for watching this video. I will see you in my next video. I'm Cornelius Aleke, and until next time, stay creative.